Hi Cosmo, I'm Robyn Pamintuan, a color analyst, and this is Women at Work. I usually start my day by going to the gym in the morning, which also means that preparation before that would mean trying to sleep as early as I can the night before. I feel like going to the gym in the morning allows me to free my mind and focus on building strength, because when we do a color analysis, we're on our feet the whole time, and we have to make sure that we bring the right kind of energy when we're working with clients. In doing color analysis, we meet different kinds of clients from different walks of life who are looking for improvement in their lives and they're taking proactive steps in doing so. So when I meet them, it's me being able to help them identify what their goal is and how we want color analysis to be helpful for them, and how them understanding what works for them in building a better image for themselves, whether through clothing or makeup, helps them walk more confidently moving forward and be smarter about decisions they make for how they look and how they present themselves. As a color analyst, I studied over 40 hours in Korea. We use a 12-season color palette system with 213 precisely calibrated color cloths for draping. In a week, I see around 15 clients, with each session running for 90 minutes. So ever since, I've always been a makeup girly. It's always been a passion of mine, but I wasn't able to pursue it as a professional career. But even in my group of friends, I'd always be the person who'd be first to buy certain things because I'm really interested in how certain makeup products work, how they look. And applying it on myself, I'm also able to show my friends and help them out for when they need to glam up or style up a little bit more. But that passion also came with a lot of expenses. So when I started working, a lot of my budget, to my mother's disappointment, was on buying makeup products. But the trial and error was always there. So I'd always find myself having a purgatory of products that were promising or were marketed really well, but didn't really suit me. And I realized that not a lot of information is actually available that allows an individual to know what really suits them the best. And so when I heard about color analysis, it immediately made me think about how this would be so helpful in cutting down on that trial and error, because we, like females, each person is very unique. We all look very different, things that make us beautiful, things that suit us. And so learning that color analysis brings it down to you as an individual made me think that this is a worth it endeavor, and that there would be a lot of insights that would be very helpful, not just for me, but also for all the other women, for all the other people who care about their appearance. Ready? Yes. Not TMI? No. Okay. So to do a color analysis the proper way, our lights are calibrated now to neutral. So see how different you look on neutral lighting. It's good now. So when we do a color analysis where the goal really is to find what are the colors that best complement each individual, it first really begins with understanding what this individual looks like. This part is the assessment phase. So we take measurements of the features, so the raw ingredients we're working with. So this is measuring the skin so that we can identify exactly how light or how dark the skin is, how much yellowness or redness is present in their skin. We also measure and estimate what is the depth of the iris of the eyes. And we also measure what is their hair depth in terms of color, whether that's color-treated hair or their natural hair. By doing that, we're able to make certain estimates based on principle of those measurements, be able to identify what their contrast level is. And then from there, we go on to draping. Well, think pumpkin spice. So your skin looks great here. It actually brightens your skin. In the draping process, there's 2 stages. So it's very systematic. The first stage is called seasonal draping. This is where our goal is to narrow down the choices among the 12 seasonal color palettes to figure out which ones show the best potential for each client. And this allows us then to focus, or to know exactly where to focus on when we go in depth to dive into more of those colors. When you go to the in-depth draping, we're able to look at different tones as they relate to value how light or how dark these colors are, including their level of intensity from very intense and vivid to then the opposite end where colors are more muted and more subtle. In this stage, we're able to do a kind of like head-to-head comparison across different tones to find if certain colors work best for an individual at a certain tone more than others. As kind of like also a consistency check, we're able to determine whether the person's undertone does well on certain color undertones, and so on. By the end of that, we'll basically know already in which season this person is in, including which subseason works best for them. Time check, it's now 5 p.m. and my day is actually done. So we've seen clients today, I've gone to the gym today, and all that's left for me to do is to clean up a bit here, refresh the things, and then meet my husband and choose a place where we want to have dinner. If I were to summarize what I've been able to accomplish in the last 12 months, pretty much we started with color analysis here in BGC, and 10 months into that, doing that initially as a sideline. 10 months into that, now I am actually doing this as my full-time job, full-time passion project, and have been so far able to help a lot of women and men alike from across all ages, from teenagers up to as old as 71 years old. Doing color analysis has allowed me to expand my own understanding of what people define as success and how there is not one track to become successful as an adult, to have financial independence, and to achieve freedom in the way that individuals would personally define it. So for me at the moment, freedom looks a lot like slow mornings where I can take my time, read a book, drink coffee, go to the gym, spend time with my family, and then of course on to work. I think a lot of people have very good ideas, but they struggle with how to start or when to start. A lot of us are very siguristas at heart, where we want things to look or to be perfect or to be packaged a certain way before we start, when really starting is the most important step. Done is better than perfect. I think each step you take, as long as it's a step forward, is better than delaying and not starting because you're unsure whether it's going to work or not. So the mindset of everything being a test just allows you to take that step with the courage that whatever the outcome is of that thing you're testing, it's only going to move you forward some more because you're learning about your market, you're learning about your audience, you're learning about your hypothesis being right or wrong, or being accurate or not accurate, and then allows you to come back the next day with a better plan, a better test, and then see how it goes. A more orangey lip tone for you, then keen would be perfect. But because we're in the reddish brown area, lady would be the best. So the most fulfilling part is when the insight sparks action. Like, you'd be surprised, there would still be a lot of people who are so afraid to take action, and they're more comfortable, keeping things as usual, like not rocking the boat. So with color analysis, each person that signs up for a color analysis is already a person who's decided to take action. They're looking for that information. And so it's very fulfilling that I'm able to meet those kinds of people, and that each recommendation I make, they really take to heart. And so some of these clients have now become friends who message me often. Even when, for example, a sale is coming up, they would message me and ask for my second opinion, and so on. So it's truly fulfilling and inspiring how that kind of like builds these relationships past those color analysis sessions. So this first year for the business has been nothing but amazing. In the last 10 months that we've been running, we've offered only one service called color analysis, and have pursued partnerships with different brands for very relevant executions, like for makeup, clothing, etc. Now that we're in 2025, I'm very happy and proud to say that improvements are coming along as we go. Number one is we've opened a second studio in Angeles, Pampanga. This allows us to expand our market outside of the general Metro Manila. The second new thing that's come up is an additional service that we have now to complement the color analysis service. So this is called face and body analysis, which is basically being able to take measurements of an individual's face and body, and this being used as data to complement their colors to know what styles actually suit a person based on their face shape, based on the shape on their body, only with the goal of honoring these shapes and making sure that we're able to create balance in how they look. If you want to learn more about color analysis, or if color analysis is actually right for you, feel free to look for us on our socials in Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And thank you for giving this feature, hopefully to encourage other women to pursue business and pursue their passion and become successful. Bye, Cosmo!